Hope you're all having a super Sunday. I wasn't going to get on here today because I've got lots of book work to do because it's the end of the year. But anyway, I tried to jump back on in my meditation today about Princess Diana, and I got more stuff, but I'm not going to go there because every time I try to post certain things, it's like it just gets taken down anyway or flagged or whatever. So just know that all the truth is going to come out. This is the year for a lot of things being brought to the surface, as above, as below, and we're mirroring each other, mirroring our stuff. So my meditation was really interesting. I did tap into the Princess Diana thing, and then of course I did ask about. I asked about the drones and then the fog, because I've had so many people asking me about it, and I try not to go online and look at what other people are saying or what the news is saying because it just conflicts with what I'm getting or puts stuff in my head that I don't want. So I try to come from a place of complete neutrality. So I asked, I said, are the drones extraterrestrial? They said no. They are human, there are man-made, whatever. It's what the humans have done. And they were emitting some kind of fog or something that, or mist that created what happened. And, it's not great. I mean, but of course our government knows. So I'm just going to leave it there. And then I asked about, extraterrestrial, like ships or UFOs or whatever. And they said, yeah, they're around, which I've always thought that. But the way that they show it to me when I connect to it is they are vibrating at such a high frequency that our retinas, like we can't even like hold it. Like those of us that, if our gifts are really online and we are in a meditative state, we can see them. But they are not visually with our physical eyes. It's very hard for us to hold that frequency. So yes, they are around, but they move more like as a blip. And I got a lot of green and yellow energy with those. A little bit of blue too, but like I said, they move so fast, and when you know, like when you see it and it moves that fast, and they also gave me some scripture, which I didn't dive into too much. It was Psalms chapter 3, 1-6. And then they said Enoch, Emerald Tablets, and Evolve. And then they gave me some light language but it won't make any sense to you. So anyway, that was interesting. And I will go back into that a little bit. And then the fun part is that God was showing me lungs in a human body. And of course, I've always thought this, but he was like, that you're all angels, right? And I said, well, yeah, I thought that, but okay, thank you for clarifying. And he goes, no, think about your lungs. He had me do a meditation that connected to my breath and do like a certain breathing pattern. And he said, that's how you're going to get momentum. Your lungs are your wings on the inside of your body. And I thought, well, that's really cool. And then I do remember the Norse, I think, doing some kind of ritual with lungs. It was really actually kind of icky. But I thought, I wonder if there's a connection there. But I didn't go there. And then I did draw some cards, and I won't go through them all, but the very first card that came out was Five of Fire. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. And then it showed all these colors. And I thought, well, that's really interesting, right? So when I looked at it, I thought, oh my gosh, that as above, as below type thing. It's that whole mirroring, the spiritual and the physical was so apparent in that card for me because it's standing in our way. Like when you look at it, the swords are in the ground, right? And it's blocking us from moving forward. So it's like we're resisting each other and everything that's going on in the world. So it's causing a lot of conflict. And I just thought, so I actually did look it up. Basically, we really need to evaluate where we're going and what we're taking with us and what we no longer want to take with us. And knowing that our physical needs, I always say feminine, masculine, or spiritual, physical, whatever. When you start looking at those things, you really have to just decide what is important to take with you, right? And know that this can be a great year, but we have to accept that change is among us. And some of the things that we had in the past, we have to let go of so that the swords can be removed so that we can move forward. So that's kind of what this whole January, February, March going into the spring is going to be. It's going to be stepping into that and facing our own stuff and then just saying, okay, you know what, that didn't even matter. So I hope you guys find this helpful.